Over 6 years ago in Minecraft 1.12, I created my first survival world on YouTube, where I built a city in the desert called Papyrus. Fast forward to today, where I'm challenging myself to build in the desert yet again, with the goal of creating new Papyrus inspired by my original Minecraft survival city. I've already transformed the entire mesa biome into a lush river delta. Today we continue into the desert by creating a massive farming region along the river. Be sure to leave a like if you're excited and double check that you're subscribed for me, as YouTube might have unsubscribed you. Step 1 here, I really need a way to get across this river and further into the desert. Or I could just stare at the lush river delta biome I created last episode. No. I need a bridge. And the bridge needs blocks, so I jumped over to the nearby mangrove swamp to gather up some more mud. Grabbed a little bit extra to stock up for later. Returning to the old world, I can use my auto wheat farm to craft this all into packed mud. And then a quick stop for some jungle logs here. I should have everything I need. Oh, it's a parrot! Wait, I can get seeds. Be my friend, please, 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 yay! This might take a little while longer to get back over there. Oh, there you are. Come on. Sun is setting, but I think we can make it. Where's my parrot? No. Yes. Oh, there you are. Now, if I can just get this parrot to teleport to me up here in the tree. Yes. Oh, wait, no, sit there. No. Land on the tree. Land on the... Yes. Stay right there. Oh, yay. Every region of this world needs a burb tree. Look at how cute he is. With that very important sidetrack finished, I set up a small camp and crafted down all of the different materials I need to build up this first bridge into the desert. I'm gonna bring the road up to the coarse dirt level over here to keep the bridge a little bit higher off the water and fill in most of it with our regular dirt. And from here, I want to extend the bridge out to the side, going on an angle all the way across the water. We're about this far in, we can kind of start working on an arch going all the way across with something like that. Bring ourselves up a little bit further, and we might push that out, as I want this to work in 3 and then over 1 going all the way across. Using our mud brick walls to kind of blur all the lines together. On top of our mud, I want to bring in some of our stripped jungle logs throughout here and just kind of carry it all the way across. Then to help divide this, I'm thinking a few of our jungle slabs going right underneath that line. First side is done, and I want the walkway to be 5 or so blocks wide before repeating the same design on the far side. On the top here, I'm extending up these fences to be 3 tall with some fence gates so that we can create a canopy to keep the travelers out of the sun. I've got the base frame set up here with some of our trap doors, but I was thinking we could use campfires here to fill in the gaps, just with a little bit less fire and smoke. Much better. Now to make it actually Minecraft safe, we can just throw in a few of our lanterns. This is looking pretty good down here, and we've got plenty of clearance for the raft to go under, where quite a few people wanted me to build a small dock for our raft, so we can just do that right over here, where I think something like this can work. Yeah, it does. I'm now realizing I somehow missed this part of the red sand mesa, which means it's time to eliminate the remaining red sand and replace it all with our sand to really make this area look cleaned up. So much better. I even had some extra time to extend the lush river delta biome out further along into the desert. Before I get carried away, I need to refocus on today's project, and future fWhip might hate me for this one, but I've got an idea for the road. As well, dirt stands out way too much in the desert. We can start off by using some birch planks in here along with some stripped birch logs, as this is going to be slightly darker than the sand around us. And I can just use our birch slabs to get up any full blocks. But now for the rough part here. I want to use the hidden texture inside of mushroom blocks, not this red thing. You attach them together, we get this, which is going to look beautiful for the desert road. And over here, we just need to place some extras and break that and get it on all the sides. Meaning every single time I place one of these in, I have to place one on top of it to reveal it, and we're good. This is very much a trust the process type road, as it's pretty ugly when you first put the blocks down. But it does turn into this, which I really like, especially from far away, as it doesn't stand out too much in the desert. Just gotta fix little places like that. Now that I've got an idea for the road that I like, I want to extend this across the desert to move further into the biome for building so that we can be fully immersed within the desert atmosphere. I love Minecraft's world generation now with biomes being a little bit larger so my builds don't just fill up the entire biome. Well, they still do, but that's more of a personal problem, and I just kind of make my own biomes to fix that. Speaking of biomes though, I saw we have a coral reef just off the coast over here. We'll get to that in just a second here, as first I want to relocate all of the villagers here up to that hill. And we can start by grabbing all the villager professions. Ooh, the bell. They love the bell. And they should all come up here. Hopefully. This should be all of the beds and workstations moved up here to the top, as we've got to make way for innovation, which is code for destroying the village. Destroying the village will take a bit, so I made a quick trip back home to grab some magenta can do. With the glass, I want to grab my axolotls that have been in this barrel for probably a year. As a side mission, I've decided for the desert region, I want to try to get the rare blue axolotl. So we can start with an axolotl breeding pen right here along the edge of the water and make the wall a little bit taller so our axolotls can't get out. Where we can drop these 3 off inside. As the way to breed axolotls, you need buckets of tropical fish. And we can feed these to our little axolotls here. First try, please? Nah, another yellow one. I'll just leave this chest here with the buckets of water and some stained glass so if we need to expand it, but I want to just keep stopping by. One day we'll have the blue axolotl, one day. But today we need to destroy this village. To relocate it, I promise they'll have a new home shortly. I just need my pretty river running through here, and the village is in the way, more so the land it generated on. So I want to clear out everything to allow the river to run through more cleanly. There go all the houses that would be in the way. And now I need to run through and remove the roadways and dirt areas that generated in. Axolotl grew up, and I found 2 more axolotls in a chest, where it's time for another, round of, catch the fishy, breeding. Okay. No, they ate the fish. Still no blue one? We go on. To where I need an actual bridge here. I already have a bunch of materials here from the last bridge and clearing out the village, but there are a few fancier details I want to add for this one. Since we're closer to the desert city location, I want to add a canvas cover, which means I need orange and pink wool to craft into carpet. A quick trip down to the villager trading to grab some more campfires. To go with the wool colors, I want to also grab cherry wood and acacia wood to craft down into a ton of different materials. I want to rework the road here so it stays a little bit higher above the river with our sandstone barricade. Then we can move into the bridge itself here using some of our jungle slabs to go all the way across. Where we can start with something lovely like this. Yeah. Now for this bridge, I want to have 3 arches since it's going to be so much larger than the last one. And I think it'd just look a little awkward if we didn't do this. So this will be one of them. And then at the base, I'm thinking we can add in a few of our polished granite stairs with the packed mud coming all the way down to the bottom and the granite in front of it. And some waterlogged ladders down around the base. You know what? We might as well bring these walls all the way down too. And they need a little water on them probably. And that'll wrap up the base shape for the first side. I just need to repeat this around to the back side. On top of these mud brick walls I added, we really need to break up this flat surface. So I'm thinking we can extend out some acacia planks in here to create a little bit sticking out for a pop of color, I guess. And almost like a way to defend the bridge. Then along here, we can also extend some of our acacia trap doors in and bring our cherry wood in on top with some slabs and then trap doors in between. With that, we've got the first extent of the bridge figured out. I just gotta repeat this 3 more times on the first side. With the sun setting over there, both sides are finished up, and this is looking pretty good. But with the desert sun rising, in the same way we did the last bridge over there, I want to cover the center of this. So for the middle segment, I want to bring our spruce fences and connect on top of the walls we have. And now for the dangerous part. Okay, we'll put the chest piece on here, but I want to run campfires going all the way across. No, ow. And we put them out. First 2 lines are now in. And I need a pork chop. Ow. And safe. I now understand what they mean by beauty is pain. Now, I hope this will be enough light to keep everything safe during the nighttime, but on both ends, I want to add in our lanterns. And then to be able to put all of our carpet up, we need to run string between all of these points. And you can barely tell the string is there. But the string does have a purpose, as it allows me to place in the floating carpet to create our canvas color. Well, colorful cover, and we can alternate between rows of our orange and pink going all the way across. There we go. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I'm on the floor. I should probably get the road moved back up and connected into the bridge so we can actually use this thing. First half of the road is now connected up. And there goes the second half. It just doesn't quite have anywhere to go yet. Throw a little bone meal underwater, and this is looking really good. I just need to fix up the riverbanks a bit more to bring in that lush vibe I love so very much by bringing in some of our moss blocks, rooted dirt, and dirt to work up towards the sandy desert. The golems defending the village up on the hill here have been taking a beating, but everybody else seems to be alive, which is good. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 golems. There's 10 golems on this hill. Remind me not to attack any villagers. But this is already looking so much better here, and it's almost like a new blank canvas to work from. So we can dump all the ground materials to pick up some more things we can use to detail with. I know we did a ton of this in the last episode, but just as a little bit of a recap, we're adding in the brambles down here, covering those up with our birch leaves as well as our azalea leaves, just so we can get some big bushy structures. Well, bushy bushes, they're not really structures. And then I'm thinking back in here, we could just add a bunch of the brambles, like the leaves aren't really able to grow, and then we can have some more of the leaves out here in front. All of our bushes are in, so on to step number 2, where first up, we're gonna run around and just place in some sugarcane along the edge to really bring in that deserty, kind of Nile River atmosphere that I've been trying to create along here. We're calling this region New Papyrus after all, so it does make sense to have a bunch of sugarcane here. And as this stuff grows up, we can run around and throw a little bit of string on top to stop the growth a touch on a few of them, and maybe under here, because there's not gonna be too much light, these both can be shorter. Then outside of that, for all of the grassy regions we have, I want to run around and bone meal this to get our tall grass, and we're gonna get rid of all of the flowers. Speaking of flowers, I forgot my pitcher pods all the way back at home too. Okay, I'll go get those. There we go. With all the tall grass bone mealed on top of our regular grass, we can run around and throw in a few of these pitcher pods. I like to just put them in little patches instead of having them all over the place, because they are very bright, so it makes it a little too chaotic for my brain, so we don't need too many of them. Now, with all of the flowers in place, it's time for the worst part of this whole thing, as I can't bone meal, nope, stupid flower. I can't bone meal the moss because it'll ruin all of the beautiful texturing we've already done, meaning I need to run around and just place tall grass on top of it, going across the entire space. Yep. I ran out of tall grass again. Quick trip back to the mesa to bone meal this, as it only gives regular grass and no flowers. A few seconds later, and I can just finish all this up. Some dead bushes on the outside, and the base is done. Except the sugarcane hasn't grown up quite yet to add the string on top, so I want to kill some more time by adding in a few of the palm trees by the bridge. Another hour of love put in this place, and it's looking so good. Let's just ignore the fact we destroyed some villagers' homes. Eventually, I do want to redo the entire river biome throughout this land, but we're gonna call that a future fWhip problem, as I need to rehome the villagers. I really want to incorporate them into this region and have them walking around thriving and just living their best lives, because I did just ruin their old lives. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll help you out though, as I've got a plan. This region is meant to be the outskirts of the main desert city, so we're gonna need to make it very farming focused, with villager auto farms, an irrigation system, and some windmills to process everything. Step 1 of turning this into farmland, I first need to remove a lot of the sand to bring in dirt, to then turn that into tilled soil for all of the different fields we're going to need to build today. Here's me telling you I thought this would be a small number of blocks, and it turned out to be more blocks than expected. Surprise! I also found this little guardian of the bridge, so please leave some name ideas down in the comments. Look how cute they are. Now to set up the irrigation system, which as another surprise requires a few more blocks. Jumping back over to the lumber mill, I crafted up a ton of trapdoors. No surprise there. And yet again, jumping over to the jungle to chop down a few trees. I did find another burb to bring home though, but this here is everything we're gonna need. Well, plus what's in the shulker box. I want to build a mini windmill that would look like a water pump of sorts, and I've redesigned a windmill I used back in the original Papyrus build for this purpose, incorporating a few blocks added in more recent updates to make this feel a bit more like my current, more modern build style. And now we can have the water just coming out the back here, going through the fields, just a little bit higher above the water level. I think the original design for this was from one of my moderators, Das Gottlos, way back in the day, so I did want to give credit where it's due. We just got a revised version of it now, and I kind of love it. But I do need to irrigate all of the fields, so I'm repeating this 3 more times to more realistically cover the space. I also patched up the floating terrain and brought down the dirt to the base of the river, I guess minus this, but there's some seagrass on top. From here, we need to bring the water farther up into the dirt here. So I'm thinking we extend some sandstone back using our oak trapdoors to start out here, and then we can transition to some sandstone stairs to make it a little skinnier, where we cover the one side still with our trapdoors, and then at this point the sandstone stairs can just kind of go do their own thing. I don't have a way right now to get up to this next layer, so we're just going to kind of stop it here, but then we can add a sandstone wall in the middle and start inching them going all the way through on a few channels I just cut out, where we end with something like this. From here, we just need to extend the water and create source blocks along this entire thing. Because we're using the stairs, we got to put in every single one. And if we do this along every single one for a base layer, I think that'll work. And we'll just hide water sources under mangrove roots where we need to. That dude has had some tough times. Hopefully the villagers are safe. And here we have the final water stream going in for the final place, which means they're all ready to go. They do stand out a little bit, but I think as we added more detail, it'll work really well. First up, I want to grab a ton of jungle slabs. We're gonna need more than that. That should do. First, starting off here with our regular sandstone, I want to start constructing some outer borders for the fields. Then to make it so mobs, mostly villagers, iron golems, can't get in, we're gonna just throw some slabs on top. My plan is along the base here, this is gonna be really lush and having like a hedge wall so that the villagers won't be able to walk out. And I definitely need to find some ways to better divide this up to have a few smaller fields, as well as we need a little bit more terraforming love on this backside. I just need to send this wall around the entire backside of the dirt field we've created. To create the full environment, I didn't want the villagers to seem trapped inside, so I decorated the river edge with a bunch of bushes as a natural barrier. From the inside, it is a little flat, but from the river, I think I like it. And maybe we can fix up that flat line eventually, but after we get the farmland in, might not even be a problem. I do want to divide it up into a bunch of smaller fields though, so I need a lot more spruce logs to pull off an idea I have. Where hopefully we have some extras lying around in the lumber mill. Please, 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 please. It should do it. Should do it. Let's grab a ton of spruce fences in here. Okay, maybe more than that. A bunch of trapdoors and slabs. I want to add another form of wall between the villagers to keep them in their respective plots to harvest the crops. Instead of another sandstone wall though, I want to add in raised walkways as if the villagers would use these to walk into the fields each day for work. If only we could have villagers that actually travel back to their homes and come back out into the field and do stuff for us every single day. Like, you know, building a community. That'd be pretty cool if they'd be reliable, but no, we must trap them. Really not trying to be the bad guy over here, but they're really not giving me a choice, you know? I've got one more to do, but there's a cat. I'm sorry, salmon. Where's the kitty? Fresh salmon for you? No, come back here. Be my friend. Love me. Yes. Nope, don't go to the bed. Get over here. Ah, what a lazy cat. You did it. You did it. You're floating. You're actually a magical cat. Magical kitty, you can guard this side of the bridge. And there are all of the borders now finished up. 2 of these are going to be places for villagers to be able to harvest crops, and then the other ones are probably just going to be decorative. So where our villagers are working, let's add a few slabs along here to stop them from breaking the crops. Maybe I tone this back a bit so it's a bit farther away from that rail. I am a little worried about the irrigation system here getting in the way, but we'll figure that out later. Let's grab some of our wheat seeds, a good amount of our potatoes, and the carrots. I know I already have auto farms for these, but I want to get a little emerald generating setup over at the desert so we don't need to always come back here. I also want to try some sweet berries for some fields out there, as I think it could look cool in the desert. Lastly, a quick trip into the city, as I think some melons could look pretty cool too. We just need to turn them all into seeds. Starting from the left, I want to add in some strips of berry bushes so the villagers don't try and path to here to gather up all the crops. Next over from there, I want to build out a carrot farm, which is going to be an automatic farm, so we can add a little pillar up here with a composter. Then I probably need my hoe, as I need to turn all of this into tilled soil for the carrots to grow. Up top, we can just add in a little bit of ice, break that into water, and continue on with the hoeing. I just remembered we do need some trapdoors so that the farmer cannot actually get to the composter. I think that'll work. This is looking pretty good. Now I just need to plant in all of the carrots. We'll fix up this corner later, as I want to add a small house for the carrots to be dropped off at. That right there is looking pretty good. I'm starting to see why the golems are getting a little beat up. He's already stuck in the spiky berries. For the third field, I don't think villagers are... No, they actually, yes, they will. There's farmland. They will try and plant crops on farmland, but I think it would look really nice just to have a big old field of melons here. You can just add some around randomly. Don't fill in everything so they can actually grow. We'll see how those grow in and add some more if we need to. I did have this random little slice back here, so I decided just to add in some sugarcane. For the fourth field, we'll bring in the potatoes for another automatic farm, and then another sweet berry field, and finally a wheat field to finish off the last side. Still needs to grow, but everything here is looking pretty good for the new farmland region. Those fields all serve a purpose one way or another, so it's time to plant a real decorative field, where I think a second sugarcane field right across the river from everything we just built sounds like a great idea. Just like subscribing and liking the video sounds like a great way to support my channel. If you do enjoy the videos, please consider taking a few seconds to leave a like on this video, and you know, the subscribe thing, that's cool too. Thanks. This new field is also set up to be harvested, as I am running out of sugarcane pretty quickly, but it's a pretty big boy. One final distraction before the villagers, I promise, maybe? Okay, 2 distractions. First up, I decided to spend some time cleaning up the river back towards the mesa and expanding it slightly. Then I designed a small new riverboat out of bamboo to stay in the freshwater area, where the idea here is, since we're close to the ocean, I wanted to have a sail on it, as it'd probably be really windy from the coast, so the people living out here could use the sails to zoom up and down the river. Might not be realistic, but it's kind of the fantasy world I'm creating, and I like it. Flying over here though, as I have completely forgotten to keep breeding the axolotls, so we should probably do that. Who wants a fishy? You get a fishy, you get a fishy, you get a fishy, and you get a fishy. I always kind of forget how cool the tropical fish in Minecraft are. I should probably make an aquarium for these guys soon. As you might have guessed, no blue axolotls so far. Back to the villagers, who still need homes. OMG, YouTuber did off-camera material gathering. Ah! Starting off in the tater field here, we can mash together a nice build back near the composter. To get out of the boiling heat, we can add a little overhang roof here using some of our spruce slabs. I've been stewing on the shape of this building for a while, and I think back here we can add in a packed mud building. This is looking pretty spectacular, with a little entrance around the back, where inside we're gonna place a villager right in here. Taking this out real quick with a hopper down there, you can put a rail with a hopper minecart on top, and we can use a piston right here to push that down. No, No, we cannot. Rooted out the issue of having the rail in there, and now we can push it down to hide the hopper minecart. I am pretty sure we are ready for villagers here. For those who care, I built up another structure on the far side we can use for auto-collecting that field. These are both looking pretty good, but before we can move villagers in, I've really got to repair my elytra or I'll be in a bit of a pickle. So we're back at the Wither Skeleton Farm yet again. A quick trip back home to the old world where I should have a bunch of rails. If we start from up here, I should be able to pretty easily bring villagers all the way over and just use gravity to move them so we don't need powered rails. That's gonna be the hope at least. First villager we can just send inside and they'll be trapped down here. Who wants to go? No? Okay. Nope, 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 not the iron golem. Excuse me, thank you. Who wants to go? Yay, we got a farmer. Don't worry, buddy, you're gonna be safe inside forever and ever and ever and ever. I swear your eyes aren't getting wider, right? Because you're gonna be safe forever and ever and ever. Oh, sorry, little bonk. And there we go, perfect. The nitwit's gonna have to stay up here because he can't really do the farming thing. But this guy, no, he ran away. This guy, no, okay. Yeah, that's fine. No, you're a nitwit. Please carry on. I know you're a shepherd, but you look like you'd be a fantastic farmer. Oh, you don't have to run away. Yay! Yeah, this should drop him down there, and then we can safely go to the garden. Perfect. Now, villager inside no, he does have a job. Did you take this one? You weren't supposed to take that job. You know what? This could be a good test. Hopefully he loses his job soon, but let's see. Can you escape? No, you're a farmer. Do you like carrots? You love carrots. Locked in, which means our auto carrot farm should be running. And our next villagers are in place, and this guy wants potatoes. Now, hopefully they don't die. I absolutely love villagers in Minecraft. They just add so much life to the environment now, which is awesome. I just need to sit here and see if the auto farm part of this whole thing works. I'm gonna go drop some items off for this friend over here of yours. Yeah? No. Yeah? No. Yeah. Oh, he's going home. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I see where he can get out. No, no. Ah, I need a bush there. I could have sworn I checked every spot around here, but I guess I missed a few. Oh, Potato Boy seems to be dropping off potatoes. Oh, sorry. Just a quick little check. We got potatoes. Oh, that's fantastic. It's gonna work. And I don't think he can get out. I just checked everything. To give it a little bit more time to stack up, I decided to add in a few more palm trees around the region to help just add in some height. This is a lot more fitting now. But I would love ideas for new types of trees to include, so let me know in the comments below what you think I should be adding in here before it gets a little too samey. I need to extend the road before doing anything else, but I ran out of red mushroom blocks, so a quick trip into a dark oak forest, I can grab a ton. I forgot my bed, so that's gotta be enough red mushroom block. Thankfully, I still have plenty of birch, so we can work on extending the road farther into the desert, where I'm gonna be smart this time and use some of our birch slabs instead of wasting full planks. Hi, buddy. You gonna go on the bridge? No? Okay, back to the village with you. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna go. No, okay. Excuse me, buddy. I need to place some blocks. Thank you. Far enough out to where it'll go into the future city. I plan to jump into building the road off to the right, but realize I should need to do a lot of terraforming first. Where finally an hour later, I can bring in this beautiful road to extend across the desert. Still plenty of work to do on the desert itself, but that's a future fWhip problem. Now for storing all of the crops that we're picking up, wow, it's already full. Turns out I definitely need a place to do that. But I want to build a windmill right up here on the hill. And taking another piece from old papyrus, I want to recreate my original desert windmill design, just with a few more updated blocks. Quickly checking up on our sheepies while grabbing some white and light gray wool. Then of course in the lumber mill, crafting down a ton of different materials that I'll need to detail the entire windmill. Thankfully, all these shulkers and these shulkers still have stuff inside, so I was able to get everything I need. It's a little bit of a mess, but it's fine. I want to keep the shape the same, but a bit more polished, starting with the sandstone base like normal, but incorporating smooth sandstone and bone blocks as like a whitewashed part of the building. Then on this side, I added a small covered area that we can fill with some hay bales. And back over to the other side, I'm thinking we just add in a staircase with some fences and oak trap doors for a little railing to here. They can reach the top level where the windmill blade is going to be. For the attached section, I flipped this into mud bricks for just some additional contrast, where I think this stands out much better against the desert than the original build did. Inside, I had a fun idea here where we can bring in some of our hanging signs and use them to cover up the doorway as a bit of like a tapestry blocking the entrance. It's not perfect, but I think it'll do pretty well. Then next in here, let's place our stairs going around, and I'm stuck. And we can add in a grindstone to be the final part of the mill. And we can do the same for the back entrance, which I think is just kind of fun from out here. We get some extra color in. We'll detail out the rest of the interior in a moment, but first I need to do the very important task of turning this into a windmill. With the pathway in on both sides, a small retaining wall, this is looking pretty good. And I even added a little basic interior with just some storage for now. Both hoppers on the crop farms are completely full, so I want to bring all the items here to a central space that I think is going to go underneath the windmill right back over here. Oh. Yeah, all right, we've already got a cave and I have no torches. Before I get the collection area set up, I do want to bring the items over, and we've got to work from the hopper right here that is completely full of potatoes. Now, if I start with a dropper right here, we can run that into the side. I'm going to put it in at the very end though, and we can take a really simple item dropping circuit with a few observers. Should be working. Yes, perfect. Now we send those potatoes down here to, what are we at, 55? That should be able to take us all the way directly through the sandstone, which is very quick to mine. Now from here, I need to bring some water in and run a line all the way down using some scaffolding to keep the water moving in the same direction to where we can eventually meet up at the windmill. Our potato line is connected all the way to here where we dug the staircase down. This should work for the second dropper system. And if I got my coordinates right, we should be able to move to the side here and then go down to 55. And if we go straight this direction, we'll find the other line. And there it is. Perfect. I'm gonna go for the simple route here, where we're just gonna throw 6 double chests on either side, as this is gonna produce a lot, and we can just rig up hoppers underneath like this. A little 5 wide interior, and then we can throw in the other guys right over here and hook up the hoppers. Slight rework in here. Instead of the staircase going down, I realized that I could center it off of a ladder, which comes down here to where we have a very basic room with the items just waiting to be collected and apparently some sandstone. But now if we run over here and hook up the hopper, that should start dropping out our potatoes. Ooh, looks like some are getting caught on the side though. And my inventory. Put this back in there. And we can hook up the carrots. Back down into the collection room, where things are looking a little bit different in here. And as you can see, carrots are on... Nope, that's potatoes. And carrots are... One moment, honest mistake. That just, yeah, it happens. Carrots are on this side, potatoes are on that side. Yeah. Definitely got it right. But I really love throwing in the little bit of red sandstone back there. I think it's just a fun little pop of color, especially with the glazed terracotta on the ground and a nice little frog light in the middle. Not gonna lie, I felt like I didn't do much this episode. Then I decided to look back at where we started and looking at where we are now. This episode was all over the place, building a bridge that I love, rehoming some villagers into a beautiful new farming area, and finally a brand new windmill to hold all of the crops the villagers gather. Oh, I guess I built this bridge too. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, doing a little bit of everything, really. Leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the flip side.